Hi, welcome to today's reading. So this is a general reading, see where the energies are, see where this takes us today. So just closing your eyes, this is a collective reading, so for some it might resonate, for some it might not, some of it might do, some of it might not, so take what resonates. Let's see, just pop into your mind now what areas of your life that you would like to know about, what is in that forefront of your mind right now. So the overall energy of this reading today, okay, is Isa, and Isa is about being in the moment. It's about speaking our truth, being present. This may be a time where you feel a bit stagnant, so it can resonate with the Hermit card in Tarot, which is kind of like where you're sort of feeling a bit put on hold. Maybe you're in a freeze moment, maybe you don't know what direction to take, maybe that's why you're here. You would like some more direction on there. So that's the overall conscience of this reading. I'm going to pick a rune to show you what your higher conscience is trying to speak to you right now. Okay, so your higher conscience is talking about the balance between your mind and your body. So it's like the head and the heart communicating with each other. Imagine a horse and a rider, how the rider has to get used to the horse and the horse has to get used to the rider. That's a bit like your mind and your heart coming together to bring that inner power, that inner stability. So your higher self is bringing that guidance through of trying to align your head and your heart so that you are aligned with what is for a higher purpose in your life. It's also a rune to do with relationships. So this reading might be to do with a relationship being on hold. It might be, and that could be, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, it could be a relationship with a parent or a sibling or a friend, but it's about the relationship you have with yourself and the relationship that you have with others in your life. So your higher self is trying to communicate something with you based around those thoughts right now. Now we're going to take a look at your subconscious mind. So what is going on in the subconscious? What do we need to know on here? Okay, your subconscious is full of intention. This is the rune Sawillow. And Sawillow is a rune that contains healing energy, sun power. And the sun is like the divine masculine. So your subconscious mind, this may be a masculine on your mind right now. Because it's subconscious, it's not something that you are aware of. It's something that is under the surface. You may also be going through a period of not feeling very well. So Willow can bring great healing to the physical being, to allow for the body to heal. So it's like the energy of a hot water bottle on a sore stomach, or, you know, if you've got a sore back and the sun is shining down on your back and it just feels so nice. That is the energy that Sir Willow can bring, is to help you to feel that warmth, that comfort. It's all about the power of intention. So there is something manifesting for you right now within your subconscious. So perhaps there's something there that is starting to emerge into your conscious mind to make you more aware of it. And I do feel that that is related to relationships on here. So perhaps you're feeling stuck at the moment because you are being asked to go within and to find out what that energy is within you. I'm going to pick a rune that correlates to your past. So where have you come from? And this could be the recent past, or it could be from some time ago. But how does the past affect this reading right now? Oh, okay. So we have Hagalaz. So there could have been some disruption here. Something has changed dramatically in your life. Maybe you've been thrown into having to make a change that you weren't expecting. Maybe it wasn't a welcome change. It was something that has actually brought some upheaval in your life. And due to this change now, maybe you're feeling a little bit ungrounded. Maybe you're feeling a bit like everything's all up in the air, a bit chaotic. So this is coming from the past. So right now you're in a state of this waiting, almost like patience and just being on a standstill. This is coming from the past. So you've come from a place where there's been a lot of upheaval. Maybe you've had to move house. Maybe You've had to get rid of a lot of things. Maybe a relationship has ended here, or maybe all of the above. It's bringing you into a sudden change, but that sudden change is transformational and allows you to move forward into a place of understanding a higher perspective of yourself. So it could have thrown you into, you know, this is why your higher self is bringing Ewas into here, about this power between your aligning your head and your heart. If you've been maybe too much in your head, this is allowing you to move into your heart space a little bit more so that you can understand what's happening here for you. Almost like you've been thrown into a spiritual awakening from the experience that you've had from the past, which isn't a bad thing, but it may have felt quite traumatic for you. It may have felt difficult, and maybe you've had some difficulties in moving forward from that point. And I'm getting that you're not asking for help. You aren't allowing yourself to be helped by those around you. Almost like you feel embarrassed or ashamed to ask for the help. Okay, in your future we have Uruz, and Uruz is the rune of endurance and strength and grounding. So this is a place of really feeling connected. Oops, nearly dropped them all then. If you are feeling in a place of things are still up in the air, maybe you're in isolation right now in Isa because you feel as though, you know, you aren't settled and you've gone within yourself. You're not actually allowing your truth to be spoken. You're not allowing other people to see the truth of where you are right now. Maybe you're allowing people to assume that you're okay as you are and you don't need any help and you're fine. But deep down, you're actually secretly asking for help. You want to feel that love. You want to feel surrounded and supported. And Uruz is what you're going to be moving into. So if you are feeling that at the moment, just know that where you're headed is going to feel more grounded, is going to feel more like a foundation, a solid foundation. Uruz always makes me think of the Four of Wands, which is a celebration. It can be like that real solid foundation that you can move into. I keep saying foundation, don't I? So that, I feel perhaps that's important for you. Maybe you've been saying a lot yourself, like I have no foundations, I have no structure, nothing to really support and hold me in this space. And you're feeling quite isolated. I do feel maybe some of you are feeling a little bit lonely in that space, especially if this is to do with a relationship that's broken up. Maybe you're feeling like you're never going to be loved again, or you're still holding on to maybe some elements of that love or the hope that you had for that relationship. But Uruz is kind of like, if you look at it as a gate as well that you're kind of walking through, it does include transformation too, which Hagalaz kind of throws you into that transformation. So it's throwing you into a place of transforming where you're going. So there is hope on there. If you are here feeling like there is no hope and you don't know where this is going, you don't know where you're going to be, then just know there is hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and this too shall pass. Okay, I am going to shuffle some cards now to give us a little bit more clarity on this. I've had these new cards. They're called the Lightseers Tarot. I really like them. I love the pictures on them, and I love having new tarot decks because the pictures are so different, so they give you something new. And every ones I've had, like I'll show you, I had some, these are the very first ones I've ever had, and these are Llewellyn ones. They're like Welsh cards, and it's weird, whenever I was doing readings with these, all this Welsh landscape would come up, and I was talking to some clients that actually things about Wales, moving to Wales and things, were actually really important for them in the reading. So I do believe that the tarot decks that we use do relate to what the reading is about and who it's for and what it means to you. So let's see what the Lightseers Tarot is giving us today. So bringing us back into this energy then, with Isa as the governing rune. We have Ewas as the higher conscience. We know that this is about the relationship with yourself, your higher power. Oh, okay. We have the Lovers card that's come out on here. Now, the Lovers isn't necessarily about relationships. It can be about making a choice. So I do feel like perhaps some of you, there is a choice to be made here. If this is that a romantic relationship has potentially ended and there's still some element of hope with that, then you could take that as a sign that perhaps there is a reconciliation here. You know, your higher self is trying to talk about relationships to you. So maybe so Willow is the ultimate manifestor rune. So maybe there's something you've been trying to manifest to do with a relationship, whether that's an old relationship or a new relationship, then this is a sign that is on the cards, literally, for you. So this is the Lover's card on there. So we will see what else we have coming through from here. Yeah, it's like you've been through a transformational tour. You're still going through a transformational time. I don't see any movement on here at the moment. This is a time for you to stay still in your space right now, to work through what's happened here, to work through the experience that you've had. I do feel like some of you are kind of looking over things, going through things in your mind. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands on here. So yeah, that kind of is a signal of hard work. There's effort to be done. You are making progress. And this kind of does relate to Uruz as well, where it's sort of like that endurance. It feels like a hard slog. It almost like feels like trying to swim through treacle. But there is progress. There is definitely progress on there. You are working towards, this path, even though you feel burdened, you feel heavy. I almost feel like, especially with Issa as the governing rune, with Issa, it's connected to the throat chakra. So it might be that there is a truth, there is something that you need to speak out, that you need to get off your chest. And that's what all of this is on here. Or if it's not you, it might be somebody that you're thinking about, that this could be to do with, where you're feeling that heavy burden. That's sort of like you're carrying something heavy here, but you're keeping it to yourself. You're not delegating anything to anybody else for them to help you, to enable that help. It's funny because there's a bull there and this, and Uruz basically means Uruks, which were like big animals that was very strong and heavy. So it's kind of that energy again of, I do feel whoever you are a strong person. You do have the ability to carry these things, but it's almost like you're getting to a point where actually I don't want to carry this anymore. Don't want to carry all of these things. It would be easier for you to offload these things. So I feel like maybe that is to do with coming out of your isolation a little bit and allowing yourself to I don't know why I keep doing that. It's like bringing it out of, it's almost like it's maybe an ego thing. And what I mean by that is, or a pride thing, where you're keeping it to yourself because it feels difficult to offload. You feel like you're offloading that onto other people. You feel like you are giving that burden to another if you express it. But actually, it helps you to deepen into this trust of the relationship with yourself. Trust that people do care about you, and trust that, well, obviously, there's the Lover's card on here. There is love there. And maybe that's what your struggle is right now, is about feeling loved. You're clearly not feeling very loved on here. You're feeling like everything is a heavy slog. Maybe you're working a lot. I feel like perhaps for a lot of you, with this big sudden change, these things that have happened to you in the past, you've pushed yourself into work almost like a distraction to get through what's on your mind. And Eros is your higher self is trying to guide you to marry up your heart and your mind, align with it. And it might be painful, it might be difficult, but it's definitely going to be worth it. So what happens when this person aligns their head and their heart? Let's see what they say. So what happens if this person does actually manage to align their head and their heart? What answers do we have? What's in their recent future on here? Okay, yeah, that's a definite signal. Oh. Sorry about that, just had a little coughing fit. So very much too much in your head. So it's almost like you're carrying this burden because you're stuck in your mind. Maybe you're overthinking the outcome of coming out and speaking up how you feel and what you want. There's a fear there that maybe it's not going to be taken well, that it's almost like a self-sacrifice if you come forward. And that's what's keeping you in this energy of stagnation, keeping you in this energy of not moving in any direction. It's very quite heavy energy around you. It's heavy energy, but you're stuck in the head. So we need to drop into the heart space to allow, and I feel like your subconscious is actually bringing that in for you, and you're struggling to accept it, struggling to bring it through. So what was the other card that we had on here? Okay, we have the High Priestess. So there's an intuitive download coming in. You are maybe receiving dreams, receiving visions, or feeling feelings that you're not understanding, or you're like, why do I feel like this? Why do I keep thinking like this? And that's your subconscious is sending you those little snippets of, what is your intention here? What is it that you have said your intention was? And this may be from a while ago. And because of that intention, this is kind of what threw you into this sudden change, into this space of, something needs to happen here, a transformation needs to occur. And from that point, it's brought you into a space of intuitive knowing. You know, but you don't know how to move forward from this. But deep down you do know. So there may be an element here of you needing to sit in meditation with yourself, maybe write down the things that are on your mind right now that you are worried about, that are holding you back, that are holding you in your head, and just allow yourself to see them, maybe hear yourself speaking them, maybe record it and then listen back to it and see how it makes you feel, what it actually brings in for you. So that's what you're moving into, is like, just allow yourself to be guided by that intuition. Even if you think like, oh, I can't do that, that's ridiculous. Or, maybe it is reaching out to somebody. Maybe it is asking for that help, asking for some support. If you're receiving that thought, then that may be coming from the subconscious mind and the download from your higher self, which is saying you need to connect your heart and your head. You need to align that energy. And it's going to help you to bring yourself in. Now, the High Priestess is the second card in the Major Arcana, and 2 is union. So I do feel that this could be about a union for you, that perhaps you have been struggling to get out of your head, and it's time to bring that energy in, bring it forward. So what other information do we have for this person right now that can help them to move forward from the space? So maybe this reading has shown up for you today because it's encouraging you to take a step forward, to step out of Isa energy and into Uruz, which is courage and strength and endurance. We can move out of that 10 of Wands energy so that we can drop the burden and come into that High Priestess energy. So let's see what the outcome is of that for you. Okay, we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. So with this energy, this is kind of like 10 of Swords. Normally when it's the right way up, it's kind of like where you'd be having nightmares, or this is constantly things on your mind going on. This is almost like a breakthrough of saying, I'm done with this. I'm going to be moving out of this. Almost like you've hit that point of, I can't keep doing this to myself now. maybe you've had a bit of a breakdown recently. Maybe you have shown a little bit of how you're feeling, because it's almost got too overwhelming, like we said with the Five of Swords on here. But what you have to watch with this is almost like you being more aware of what needs to change here, but instead of taking action, from what we can see with Issa, because it's on a standstill, instead of taking action, you're allowing it to consume you and bring you into a space of non-action and just really dissatisfied, despondent, losing all hope, losing all sort of want to move forward. So I feel like you've got to that point and you are realizing now that this needs to change, that something here needs to happen. And we have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the pack here. So this is you moving forward into that energy of stability. And I do feel maybe it's not just to do with maybe a financial stability, but it's a stability in your environment as well, and just within yourself in general. So it's finding, and this may be actually a divine feminine in your life as well, a person that perhaps you hold a lot of regard for, or that you like honor, respect. Maybe this is somebody of importance to you that you could seek guidance from. Like we were saying with that Ten of Wands, you know, just you need to, oh look, it looks like she's moving towards this person. So, you know, this might be a mother figure, or it might be a partner or somebody of importance that resonates with you. I do feel it could be connected with this High Priestess energy. So maybe you're looking at tarot readings and things on the internet. Maybe you've been for a tarot reading, or maybe you're looking for somebody with some spiritual awareness that can guide you on this, because you've been having these downloads coming through, aligning you with your head and your heart. So you are really starting to hear what's going on in your heart, but I feel like it's difficult for you to take in. But your subconscious is bringing an intention forward for you, bringing that into the forefront of your mind. So you're really observing yourself right now, seeing yourself from a different perspective, I feel. But the Ten of Swords in reverse is kind of suggesting to me that that's kind of thrown you into a little bit of a disappointment in yourself. Maybe that hasn't really made you feel good. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups now as well. So again, this is an energy of feeling that divine feminine energy, that intuition again, you know, allowing that flow of energy. This might be you dropping into your feminine energy. So even if you are male or female, it doesn't matter. We've all got the divine masculine and feminine within us. So this might be dropping more into your emotional side, being more aware of those emotions. Maybe you've been feeling emotions that you haven't before, and you just getting used to, what does that mean for me? What is that actually bringing forward for me? Yeah. And we have the Six of Cups on the bottom of here as well. So I do feel like some of you have been reminiscing a little bit, going back over things from the past, thoughts of, you know, what was or what could have been or what used to be. Maybe that's a lot of why this energy of the Five of Swords is bringing that headache a little bit there, not really helping you to feel like you're going about your day. I'm feeling like somebody here is struggling to get through the day, that you're throwing yourself into work or other commitments, trying not to think about this, but you're not being allowed to. We've got the High Priestess on here and the Queen of Cups that is kind of bringing you back to this point of always keep coming around to these thoughts, to what's going on there. And we have on the bottom the Empress. There's a lot of feminine energy on this around here. So maybe this is you. Maybe you are the Empress. You've got that energy of that stability. So with the Urus here, this is about you feeling like you are bringing an energy of support and abundance. I do feel like there may be some divine masculines here though as well, that are feeling like this is the person that you want in your life. Maybe that's why the Lovers card is out here as well. It could, for the Divine Feminine, this could be somebody that you feel supports you, nurtures you. It could be, like we say, a mothering sort of energy. It's also an earth energy as well, so just take that as it resonates. It could be Taurus or Virgo or Capricorn kind of energy coming through from there. Okay, and right underneath it we have the Emperor. So whatever this connection is, whatever's going on here, if you needed any clue, hang on a minute. So this is interesting because before, when I was talking to you a minute ago and some of the cards fell out, it actually turned the higher self rune upside down. So it was facing that way. I couldn't see what it was. So I turned it back over. It's almost like you don't want to look at this. You don't want to see this. You're not allowing this information through, marrying up the head and the heart. It's almost like you're trying to ignore the heart a little bit and just stay within your head. Maybe that's why you're burying yourself into and distracting yourself with things going on outside of what's happening inside your mind. But you can't deny this. And for some of you, you know, you're in a space of maybe understanding and realizing that there is a union here that is divine, that is stable and steady. And we have Uruz in the future rune for you. So it's the stability. Look, I mean, Uruz is made up with these two across here. You know, it's stability. And I feel like what you're going through at the moment with putting yourself into this Issa energy is keeping you locked in a space of, you know, you're not reaching this because you kind of shut yourself off. And like we said, with the 10 of Wands, you are putting yourself into a space of not really being able to do anything because you're just working away. You're distracting yourself with things that you feel you should be doing. But actually, think about it. Are you really connecting with yourself? You've been given this opportunity for a spiritual awakening, but you aren't using that opportunity perhaps. And, you know, there's a lot of powerful cards here. A very powerful feminine energy, especially around you. And you are thinking a lot, but it's time to drop into that heart space on here. We have the Page of Cups as well. So it could be that perhaps you are thinking about making a move here or doing something, but there's kind of an immature way of thinking about things. Maybe you feel that you don't have enough or you can't give enough. It's almost like I find this one interesting because there's like a pig with some wings in a bowl. I mean, I don't really understand what that's all about, but it's kind of like, and the shoes in the sky as well is like, you know, and pigs might fly. So it's sort of like, well, you know, this is never going to happen because, well, pigs might fly. And your feet aren't on the ground, so that's feeling like an ungrounded sort of energy. And you see all these lights around the heart center as well. So it's almost like, you know, your heart's trying to connect here with your head, but you're not feeling grounded, and you're telling yourself, well, you know, all is lost and nothing's going to actually happen. And there's a little, I don't know if you can see the little heart, like somebody making a heart shape like that with a little heart in there. So I do feel like there is something to do with love on your mind right now, but it's almost like you feel there's no chance here. There's, you know, like pigs might fly sort of thing. So let's have a look then. So what is the outcome of this? What is going to happen for this person who is watching this here? And I do want to say, if you are feeling quite emotional at the moment, if you're feeling quite low at the moment, do please get in touch. I do shamanic healing sessions, and you know, I can do a personalised reading for you so we can go deeper into what's going on here if this is resonating with you. to really look into anybody that's involved in this. Got Temperance there, that just jumped out. So it's, you know, you've been waiting a lot. You've been in a lot of patience here. And there's a balance there between the masculine and the feminine. If you look, there's got the sun and the moon each side. So the sun represents the divine masculine, the moon represents the divine feminine. There's sort of a balance here, and you kind of sat in the middle, and there's this, yeah, it's sort of like you're contemplating something happening here, something moving. So yeah, what was I saying? So if you could like and subscribe to my channel, I'd be super grateful as well for that. Leave any comments as well. I'd love to know what you think about the readings that I do. So let's get some guidance then on where we're going with this. So what is the final outcome of this situation for this person? What hope can we give them? Because I feel like there's a fear here of you speaking up and saying something. Even though if you did, it would allow you to transform. It would allow you, I think you'd be surprised by what you would receive from this. But I also feel like you've got to get over yourself a little bit in this. You've got to get over your, what's the word? I don't want to say ego. I hate saying that. Your pride, I think, is the thing. Is get over your pride a little bit. It's everybody needs some help sometimes, and it's okay to break down and allow somebody to see that vulnerability. It's okay to do that. It's okay for people to see that. So let's have a look here. What is the final outcome for this person? Okay, so we've got the Three of Wands on here. So I feel like the final outcome for you is actually taking some time, a journey for yourself. This is something that's going to really empower you and bring you to a place of enlightenment and understanding things about yourself. So there's a journey here, and this could be actually taking you overseas. I feel like there's an opportunity for you to go traveling potentially. There's still that distance here. Maybe you aren't fully ready to express how you're feeling at this particular time. But there is hope. We do have the wheel on here. So I do feel like this journey that you're going to be taking actually does bring you a lot of clarity, a lot of understanding, a lot of balance as well. Yeah, I do feel that. And I would say that this is going to be around March time too. So sort of like maybe end of February, beginning of March, or around March time. This is going to be happening for you. Yeah, but what I've just thought on there, we've got the Chariot on here. So potentially, if this is causing you so much headache and upheaval, and you are feeling this sort of like despondent energy of like everything is all over, and you have the Page of Cups telling you, well, you know, pigs might fly, this, you know, you're a little bit in your head on there, not feeling grounded with it. The Chariot is kind of like bringing you that action energy of sort of like, just go for it. Maybe it feels like you could say what you need to say, open up your truth, express it, and then go away. And then go on this traveling, go on this journey for yourself. And when you come back, you will find that balance there. But I feel like if you don't express what's on your mind right now, you're not marrying that head and heart energy together, then you may find that you're gonna be going away with this Five of Swords energy, because there's something that you're still connected to here, that's come from this, you know, changes from the past that you've been thrown into. It's going to affect how you actually go about things and how you feel about things. You don't want to carry that energy with you into a transformational journey. And like we said before, we've got the Empress here and the Emperor, which that was the outcome, wasn't it? That was what was showing you, you know, this is what you're moving towards, is a balance between that divine masculine and divine feminine. You're moving towards stability, security, and grounding. Yeah, and that journey for you, this Three of Wands energy, is going to really expand and open you up even more to your potential. I mean, as you can see, it's like with that balance in there, she's in tree pose, and she's got the dice as well on her top there, or around her neck, which is kind of like, you know, it's just take a chance. Take a chance. What have you got to lose, seriously? And you're going away anyway, so it's it could be an opportunity to just express and then run. And just see what happens with that. Take this burden off yourself. You can't keep doing this to yourself, and you do deserve this, so you are worthy of that. Allow yourself. It's funny, isn't it? So many people don't feel that they are worthy of that love, and it's through the love for yourself, I feel, that you start to realize that love that you have for others. So we've got the Six of Pentacles here as well, so there's a lot of pentacles coming through in the future aspect of this reading. So with that energy, it's very fortunate, it's very fulfilling. And with the Six of Pentacles, this is a time of, it's like that balance between giving and receiving. And, you know, right now, this is about you giving information. It's about you giving and opening up your heart, aligning it. So everything that's going on in your head, you need to express what's happening in your heart here, speaking your truth, opening up that truth, allowing it out. If you've been getting a lot of sore throats lately, or feeling like perhaps you've got a cough or something like that, it may be that you are holding that truth back from being seen or being spoken. And this is kind of like where the balance is, really. And, you know, you can achieve that. You can have that in your life. You have the Two of Pentacles as well. So, yeah, you do have decisions, you have choices, and there is balance that can be made on this. You don't have to be stuck in your ways or rigid with what you think an outcome should be or needs to be. So I will leave that reading there for you, and please do please do like and subscribe to my channel for more readings. And if you have any comments as well, I really do like reading your comments, and I will be back very soon for another reading. Have a blessed day.